he gets finished the game.
Oh, Arizona versus the Cowgirls.
Man game.
Oh.
You guys are good to go.
Joel, I gotta see a picture of this 5-year-old.
5-year-old what?
You guys are still
What you
good
shared
to
2
go.
hours ago. I think that was 60.
Oh yeah. There's maybe there's not a picture because it's a minor, huh?
Right. Oh, I'm just.
You guys can
yeah,
start.
I'm never gonna see it. But he's got to be big in some way.
Man, I gotta tell
I'm
you,
only
we are very
halfway. I'm only halfway on the camera.
Oh, you want me to board?
We are the no sus tough guy league, where everyone is sus and all of our actions are sus, but there's no sus.
No sus.
That's heat sauce.
Oh, it's nice right here.
Fucking glare.
Ah, it's beautiful out there. What are you talking about?
It's the final game of week 1. After this game, we will not post the standings. I still have to figure out how to fit standings onto this screen.
Okay, cool.
And I have it. They used to go where the chat is at now.
Yeah.
And,
I'm still worthy.
Battlefield so different.
Jared, you're still worthy.
you mean than your aftermarket one?
Yeah.
Yeah, aftermarket paddles are like really wonky.
You're not.
No,
worthy.
it
You're gonna
feels-
do it again. You're gonna do it
Used,
again.
worn in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck that. You're gonna
aftermarket
come
paddles. That's what SNES controllers are supposed to feel like. They don't get all rigid and stodgy like the aftermarket shit. The paddles, the buttons are softer. They're really friendly to people with disabilities in their hands.
Like special controllers.
And
Orthopedic controllers.
Joel, I love the quote. Well, we are in Florida, so I'd be reluctant to say there's no chance.
They said it, not me.
Oh. Alright. Greg, give him a big kiss right there.
Alright, I'll take it. I like kisses.
I actually think it would look pretty cool if it was like
Least-
kind of like yours,
Grace technically
like
my
buzzed
tertiary
down,
twin.
and then like just long up here. Look
It actually, minus the color. and if I
Yes,
did
this
a
is
little
Joel
wider,
from your fantasy league,
and
man.
shorter, it actually looks pretty baller. I was actually really happy with it last year, with the one I had last season. Last season was great though.
Joel Bam asked if you play in that fantasy football league.
Oh.
You do, right?
Yeah.
That's Montague.
Oh, what's happening, Brandon? Welcome to the NFTGL, buddy.
Nif Tibble. Tickle your nip.
Alrighty.
Alright, good luck.
Good luck.
This weekend is why I was asking you if you ever traveled out to Philly. Because we needed someone. Voluntarily play Detroit. It would have been fitting too, because you have Barry as a keeper in the fantasy league. I thought that would be interesting, running something like the fantasy league that we're doing in the TSP3 group for our weekend, where we do the draft online ahead of time. You're allowed to draft your own players or other people's players or computer players, and then you just go off of the stats at the end of the season.
That'd be
Yeah,
neat.
it'd be great to be like, yo, I'm gonna draft Dan Marino because Bordy's gonna do really well, and then Bordy's like, what? Benching him for Chad May, screw your fantasy league. I play to win. I want to win the fantasy league.
So I did miss part of the play where you had that cosmos.
Yeah.
What play?
That would be hysterical if people started taking that.
Was it when you
taking
put up the middle?
Benching
No, I
players.
just want to know.
Yeah, it'd be hysterical.
Because I also knew that he was throwing.
You
to
choose the
top
Browns if you had a
receiver.
choice. The Browns are a
So
good
if I
team,
went
man.
up and over, it would have forced
I
him
love
to
their
go
cadre
down.
of running backs, and also Eric Turner
Yeah, we like to force.
and Andre Rison.
Yeah.
And
No, so really Hamilton wasn't good, and I just went up and over. And
Nice ball, Steve. Holy shit!
That's all it was.
that Troy Aikman throwing the football?
I forget what play it was.
Oh wait, it is.
At that point in the game, it was obvious to me that he wasn't going to run the ball anymore.
I feel like watch the YouTube.
So I was like, all right, now is the time to rush the ball. Shit. Seth Joyner.
Yeah. Seth Jordan.
Peanut butter pancakes are so fucking good.
Yes.
What are they called? Peanut butter candy cakes.
You ever have the ice cream based on it?
No. I'm not a big fan of peanut butter ice cream because
Oh
a lot of
no!
times it's just
No!
frozen chunks of like peanut butter in the
Oh
ice cream.
no!
You say that when it's bad?
Wait, forward fumbles. How many cuts do you
You
get?
get 2 additional cuts once you hit the open
The
field.
old.
That was
Hold on.
that was two.
Good play.
We'll watch it.
We'll verify, but I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it was fine.
I mean, it was Johnson, so
Trust
it doesn't matter.
but verify.
The NFT. Well, actually, we're 2 plays behind. Alright, we're actually like 3 plays behind. Holy shit.
Wow.
Holy fuck.
We don't fuck around over here.
You guys can, do the kickoff and
It won't matter
do all
until
that,
Steve
yeah.
gets the ball back anyway.
Yeah, we just have to determine this before Steve has the ball again. So
We'll keep an eye.
if we haven't, answered the question by Steve's next possession,
I think it's this play. Yeah, it's this play. We're just 2 behind. So he makes a great run here with Lang. It's like 9 yards. Fumbles. Blue team recovers. It's not in the open field yet. Now it's 1, 2.
Yep.
You're good, Steve.
Good job, Steve. You didn't break the rules.
What is the rule?
You get 2 cuts after you recover your fumble in the open field. Same as
Regardless
if
of,
it was an
basically,
offensive
it's essentially like a new play.
And you can advance the ball.
play.
Yes.
We're the only football league that's manly enough to allow that.
Technically, the
What do you
NFL
think
allowed
about
it
that
too.
one, man?
Didn't that really piss some people off last season?
Not me. I started doing it too in the Falcons.
Yeah, that was the only time anybody got upset about it was he was doing it to Steve in the playoffs
Oh.
while.
Give me that!
Steve.
Oh, wow. Good job, Steve, getting there.
There's one spot I want to clip it where Steve's not looking at me yet. I just stare at him as I'm doing it, and he called a play I hadn't called play. I'm just staring at him, just slapping my leg. Playing fucking mind games with Steve.
No
fun,
teams
isn't it?
that aren't in
Oh my gosh! Only because it's Steve, and he's so good about everything.
I adopted it so long ago that it's just natural for me, and I don't even think about it.
Well, I
Like
guess-
I'm not even intentionally doing it; it's just so natural to me.
Yeah, I don't
that,
want to
like
get to
it
that
just.
point.
What?
I don't want to
the
live.
mind
Rolling,
games thing.
hamming it up?
Here's the thing.
Yeah,
Want
I
that
wanna
pick so I
live
can
long
walk
as
into the
season.
end zone.
Oh, you're the villain.
The funniest thing to me is that Jordan's best way to fuck with you when you 2 play each other is just to ignore you.
Just to not talk.
Just to ignore you completely.
Boom, 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 baby.
He got
It's
so angry.
hysterical.
He
It's
yelled
just
at me in the 3rd
hysterical.
quarter. He's like, "Oh, now you talk to me."
Yeah, this is so funny. The best way to piss you off is
That's
just
so
not to
bad.
talk to you.
It's the perfect counter to Bourdier hamming it up. Because he plays better when he's loosey goosey having fun, and he knows that we play worse when we act that way. So I have to be completely stoic.
I mean, that's coolness rating of 81.
Hey man, my Snickers rating through the roof.
Channel
Through the roof.
Bears.
Well, I'm John Wick, like you said.
I did say that.
Yeah. John Wick.
Killed the man.
Wait, what's the
He
nickname?
killed the man with a
Baba
fucking
Yaga?
tense-
What are they?
Baba Yaga.
Yeah, I'm Baba Yaga. I'm no longer Joker. You will only refer to me as Baba Yaga.
Oh no! Oh my God!
Whoa!
God!
Nicknames are assigned to you by others. You do not.
Jared
Pick your
called
own.
me John Wick.
I did.
John Wick is the Baba Yaga. Therefore,
Unflappable.
Baba Yaga.
He is a man of extreme focus,
I don't even know
commitment,
that.
and sheer fucking will.
God, that third one was so bad.
Yeah.
It was just nonstop, run, action sequence, kill lots of people. Run,
Yeah.
run,
Yeah,
action
and the
sequence,
thing
kill
that
lots
the
of
thing
people.
that I kind of forget
But
about it.
it's John Wick.
No,
Yeah.
no,
No,
but
John
the
Wick
first
1 was not
movie
like that.
had really good story, really good plot.
It's just become a
It's become a
It's
farce of
It's
itself.
basically been a non-stop
My name is
survival
William. You
murder
killed my
kind of
dog.
thing
It's
since
like
the original.
Yes.
When did
Come here!
He hasn't had a moment to breathe since
Yeah.
the original movie.
This poor dog
Yeah.
running around. Although he did leave the dog at the hotel now. I love like the lore of that world. Like I love that there's like
Yes.
their own currency. There's different groups you go to for different
That's
merchants.
those are my favorite
there's like a
scenes.
hotel. Yeah,
When
the
he's
first
like,
one when he's
he's
shopping.
like, I need some suits, and he's like, what kind of line? And tactical. I'm like, that's so fucking
And then it
badass.
goes, and it's like all these fancy people, and they got like all these different like weapons and suits, and like he exchanges
And
favorite
he's like,
currency.
and so for dessert, and he pulls out like this thing. It's
I love it. Like
yeah.
to me, that's a great premise for like a tabletop RPG.
Oh, yeah.
Joe and I were talking about it. Like a tabletop RPG set in the John Wick universe, or if you take that concept and apply it to like Pathfinder and D&D, and everyone's like assassins or hitmen or something, bounty hunters.
Fuck, slow.
Nice ball. Like I also love the
Good
thing where it's
ball.
like, you did something good for me. And they take that thing and
It's like he was stuck in the mud.
And a little pin comes up, push your thumb into
Blood
it.
debt.
Didn't even change quarters.
And you can just have it.
How does that happen?
For, like,
How about after this play?
it's so simple, but it's brilliant. I love it.
Well, that's how you would do a Magic Item Market if you were doing like a fantasy style game.
So I have an idea for a.
Oh,
nice ball.
Nice.
I actually had a neat thing for
Ah.
the item shopping from one of the Hero Quest things. Somebody suggested the thing that they do for their home games is they basically randomize what's available
Tables and charts you can use.
each time you come back to the shop.
If people purchase things.
Mhm.
So, and you basically like they just have like a set number, and what they'll do is like you have like four. They'll do like 4 items, right? There's 4 items that are just available to buy one of. You can buy one of, and then they'll have like 1 item that they have on discount, and then they'll randomly pick 1 item that's just available at a discount. And
It's fun. I like that.
yeah, it's neat.
Well,
There's like different charts and tables that you can use to like randomize and roll for anytime they want to go shopping what's available, which means that they can get access to like a specialty item that came in, and then you as the GM can role play that like, guys,
Well,
I'm going to the back, pull something out.
in old Pathfinder, there was actually a system for that based on the town or city you went to, based on the size, it would say
Access.
Magic
to certain
Item
things.
access.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They still have it.
1d8 minor items, 1d4 major items, and like 1
Yeah.
like powerful item.
What's
You would
really-
randomly figure it out.
What's really easy about it now in 2nd edition is every town, settlement, city, kingdom, whatever, has a level assigned to it, 1 through 20. And all items now have levels assigned to them. So it's extremely rare to be able to access an item of a higher level than the settlement or town you're in. So it makes it even easier.
Yeah.
That's way better than. I mean, we're living in the golden age of technological magician.
Everything. So you're living in a magiocracy. Like,
Well, that's what's really cool about like the,
Give me that.
the game that I run for Age of Ashes. Like the town that they're in is a 3rd level or 4th level settlement. So like they don't have access to like high level markets that they just can't get stuff. So a lot of it's just the gear they find.
and that's the one thing, like basically like the story and the plot in this part in the timeline of the history of the world is meant to be the golden age.
Oh,
So I think it fits in a way that we're still using
It's
this.
very
It
accessible.
actually.
It does. It's also kind of interesting in a way because a lot of the technological stuff that we find is just superior to a lot of the magical stuff that's out there.
Tech gears.
Like my new sword.
Yeah.
Give me that.
Really.
Come on.
So I had an idea for
Stupid.
homebrew stuff that I wanted to
Lightsaber.
I was like,
Killed Rich with it. Killed you with it. Killed. Who else?
I was like 2. Three people drop 2 die. 1 stabilizer.
Jones. No, I killed Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a point when it was literally just the 2 of you and cuss.
Yep.
That was it. And I was actually scared at that point. I was like,
This might be too big.
this might be a DPK. Yeah, I was like, this
Thankfully,
is bad.
all 7 of my next shots got him, and I think I crit one of them. I did a lot of damage. Oh, it's because I did. I realized he had the damage resistance, so I started doing I used the grid ability.
That made a big difference, dude.
So that way you calculate all the damage together.
I mean,
looking at the R.
You remembered you had the grid ability.
Well, I don't usually have to use them.
Right.
Like usually, the grid abilities really aren't that great for how my character's built.
Right.
I had you're really nerdy here. As I was thinking of like homebrew stuff that I would do, I was like, how would a black market exist in like a dark fantasy or a high fantasy setting? I was like, what if there were different accesses to pocket dimension, an interdimensional pocket dimension that existed as like an interdimensional black market that would have its own story arcs, its own characters, its own interdimensional beings.
I mean, in Planescape, that's the city of Brass.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Which is on the fire plane, and it's run by Ifriti and Jin.
I know it was only for like a yard and a half, 2 yards.
That
It was good.
That was fucking sucker,
But yeah, that's why I miss Planescape so much, dude, because there was a lot of stuff.
I
like
really
Bring back planes.
yeah,
I
seriously.
mean,
that. all
realistically,
fucking day.
We could just do
Love
it.
Planescape.
that like if I was buying stuff that I wanted to collect for tabletop board gaming, I would mainly just be picking up. Really, I'd probably just try to download like copies of every major release of like Worlds.
Oh my
Like,
god!
like,
5 guys!
all of the
Worlds,
worlds
fuck
that were
off.
made, like with all of the campaign materials, like the
But none of
giant
them were
world
DJ.
building
I have a
books.
lot of those still.
Yeah, but those are the ones you can use any edition.
Right,
in
like the
Worlds.
boxed sets of just lore and setting. There's so much content. It was amazing. And like none of it was like Crunchyroll stuff. It was all lore. It was awesome. Yeah, I've got a Forgotten Realms one. I've got a Planescape one. I've got a Dragonlance one.
But you can do anything. Like
I wish that I had bought the Dark Sun and the Spelljammer ones.
yeah.
'Cause-
I mean, realistically, you still can. Right?
sure, but
you
I
can get
don't.
anything on the internet.
I'd like the, you know me. If I'm gonna be reading a
You can buy anything on the internet. You can get the physical copies of those
So
things.
like, what section here? What do you guys
there's
do?
a lot of them.
What
Like
sex?
dude, I had the first edition Oriental Adventures book, like the orange border on it. I didn't realize how much
I have one of
some of
those.
those books are worth. If you look on eBay now, like I'm not gonna sell.
Really?
Yeah, there's some books that are like
A
Maybe
lot of
second
old
edition
D&D
one.
stuff.
50
A
to
lot.
100 bucks.
Good tackle.
I'm trying to think of that. It has an orange border on it.
I actually threw out a lot of my D&D stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Specifically,
Do you want to
third edition. I threw out all of my third editions because it was basically like they released third edition and then like it was like 1 year later they were like third edition is jacked, we messed up so much. Here's 3.5.
Troy is unstoppable.
I mean,
Dude, Steve, you keep practicing, buddy. All weekend long, you're gonna win the Man Bowl.
Oh, we
Aikman to Brown over 44 interception joiner. Take it every day. Day.
I feel like someone was warned about that matchup.
Oh, sorry. You ready for it?
Oh no, you accidentally slammed the button. Steve's like, I can lose 2 games of computer, I can tie the computer, I don't fucking care. I get up for man games.
Our most competitive man game so far was Jared versus Greg. Greek.
Yeah, 21-7.
Greek.
I wouldn't necessarily call that competitive.
Oh, it was our most competitive thus far.
yes.
So my statement stands.
I don't know what it is, and I've noticed it, and I wonder if Pine had the same problem with him. But every season that I played in practice, and it holds true now, Hampton gets hurt all fucking time.
You should stop using it.
Like, he got hurt in every season I played.
Dagger syndrome.
So, yeah, that's a thing. There are ways to work around that. You have to.
Oh, no! Not
No!
Kevin Smith.
Yay!
Whatever will you do?
Come on, Jared, get on this train! Yay!
Poor Steve.
Bill's somewhere not caring.
I don't like to cheer misfortune.
There's nothing else worth cheering for.
Well, you need to just like suck it up and cheer that shit on.
Yeah. Take it from us.
It's a
That's all we
kinder,
got.
it's a kinder, gentler, more, broken. You got
Oh
this.
my God!
Can
got
you
this.
Someone
stop?
suck this guy's dick.
Yeah, come here, boy.
Like, come on.
Come here.
You owe me head. I don't owe you head.
Alright, I will owe you head squared.
What the fuck does that mean? That doesn't even sound comfortable.
That means
know,
like,
like-
He's gonna wear the Minecraft square mask.
I don't want that.
Wally gives you head.
I don't
All
want
right.
head with corners.
Head square.
I use
He's
the,
gonna lick you spine and navel.
I use the finger.
What am I doing?
I use the finger.
What am I doing?
You're giving me head.
I'm giving you head right now. It's right there.
Don't touch it. We'll do it. We'll whip your dick out.
Yo,
That's
remember that one
what's
time
gonna
at
get
dance
Spanish.
Yes, everyone remembers that one
Yeah.
time.
when we were playing chicken
It was
and
the greatest ending to
you
a game
just
of game
kept
chicken.
going, and I was like, when is he gonna stop?
He doesn't. He stops when he
I stop when he wins. There you go.
Yeah! Fuck you!
Who needs Kevin Smith?
Hey, who's this? Who's he using?
Joel's like, I
Who
can
is
throw
that?
anyone. I don't fucking care.
Patrick
Tell me you
Bates?
It's a fucking
He's
beast.
the top safety.
Yeah,
American.
Master
Psycho.
Bates.
Well, there's only one Master Bates.
Who's the next game?
That's in the Saints.
God, we play soon?
I disagree. There's
Jesus.
billions of
We don't play
masturbates.
already?
Gotta get our man game.
What I am actually,
We need to show them what a real man game looks like. Like last season.
I'm normally
There were
not
three-
concerned about Shane games
You know, there
at
were
all.
5 man games last
This
season.
season, I actually have a legit concern.
No, you don't.
Yes,
Who you playing?
some really difficult computer teams.
I can't
Is
shake
it San
hands.
Francisco?
You ever bench one?
Yeah, sure.
Um,
Let's do it.
Maybe.
yeah, at one point.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're not that bad.
Wait, I mean, I won a game with Casey Walton last season.
Also, I have to start 3 wide receivers.
Yeah, that's not bad.
So, my backups.
Greg,
Oh, I'll bench one.
you got, buddy?
Yeah.
Well, I go
You,
16.
I'll let you pick
Well,
the
I have-
3
No, you were
receivers.
4 receivers that are good.
Is it a Scotch or a...
We'll start our backups.
Yeah, I'm gonna put
Oh!
in
Have you ever seen Parks and Rec?
and
Yeah.
Dylan Martin.
Pick one of my
Ty
shitty.
Armstrong.
Which running back am I using?
Doesn't
Doesn't matter. Pick
This
3
is
receivers.
his,
Oh, I have
this
to
is
use
jam.
Andrew Jordan. Use them anyway.
See,
This glass called to me from the cabinet.
I tried to get into Scotch.
Already?
That's the problem with Minnesota.
Like, Greg, there was,
This afternoon.
yeah, there was a point when I tried to figure out, like, was I a bourbon
Come on,
guy?
On vacation, fuck
You know, was
off.
like an Irish whiskey
His whole
guy, was like a
weekend.
Scotch guy.
Right? Was
Out of all of
hinging
them,
upon
Greg?
his ability to beat Jared in game 1.
It's over.
As
Why?
soon as that game ended, he went
He's
right out to his
very
car to
good.
get the alcohol.
Yeah, that's true.
That was my whole weekend was hinging on that?
Apparently,
Oh, I had no idea.
But out of all 3 of them, I actually
one
find that I
game
like
he's
Scotch the
tanked.
least.
He's
Tastes
like,
tastes like gasoline.
yo, DJ Johnson, come be an Eagle.
It's not bad.
Come back here with Troy Vincent, CB Eagles, and Greg Jackson.
There's other free agents.
And
I
Zordich.
think I would. I don't know. There's some offense out there.
Yeah, would be a great addition.
There are 2 great offensive players in free agency,
Yeah.
and there's like, I mean, there's a really good kicker. in free
No.
agency that I imagine someone's gonna end up taking.
No. Fuck.
Ooh, nice recovery. Nice recovery.
Oh.
And he gets it in. He slides it in perfectly.
Mark that one down for you, Joel.
Nice.
Has he surpassed 8 yards of offense?
No.
What?
8? Remember that first season?
I haven't seen him on
When he had
offense
4
yet.
and 4
You're
yards.
gonna see it now.
Don't cancel out. Don't back out. Freeze the game.
Yeah,
don't
don't
do
hit
it.
the Y button. No one can hit the Y button.
Nobody can
Yeah,
lie
Steve
about
has to replay the game.
In the second quarter that happens?
At
Yeah,
any
any
time,
quarter.
if you on a 2-point conversion.
If you go to change your line
Yeah.
on two
Forgot
conversion,
that.
Yeah, no lineup changes. Just go.
On purpose, I guess.
it's not like we had this happen before.
It's happened.
I know.
Would have been
Sarcastic.
Okay. You
I
need
know.
to not do that because I
That's
almost
seafood.
texted whoever you talked to me that you
Oh, yeah.
I considered it.
Well, that would be my wife. So that would be
Oh.
excellent. You almost
Oh,
gave me-
no. Does it hurt sometimes?
I heard it all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I understand.
That is the
Like,
nature of
I used to like
existence.
always wonder, looking over and just like seeing you and Pine like huddled in the corner, like in agony together, consoling each other in pain, watching everyone else
What's the
play.
name of your cat?
It's because I'm like, I want everyone to succeed.
The famous one is Mr. Good.
Oh, that guy.
Character.
That guy got fast.
I
His
love
name was
Mr.
Koki.
He did.
Yeah.
Kokomo, and he passed away.
One day I'll get there.
Your
He
ceiling
was
is higher
more
than
than that.
One day I'll get there.
Extra special video edit.
My
You do it
mother
with
bought a
Dave
cat
Hopkins.
named she named it Elsie because she wanted to be a lab cat.
When I read that, I was like, well, that's very important. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was
I
like,
mean,
sure,
it was
wouldn't be
okay.
offended by that.
But what
My
the
wife.
cat
Consider
had
my
a
wife.
constant
Yeah.
habit of like
Why would
walking
I
over
be?
the
I
piano.
love that.
Some people are really
Walk up
offended
something,
by
knock it
that.
off,
How
like-
dare you tell me my wife is
Yeah.
hot?
Like, I always
And then
wondered
jump
about
in the
that.
other
When Matt and I
games
have
and
gone
just
places
watch shit
and
hit
like
the floor.
city or
My brother's
restaurant,
like,
Atlantic
I can't
City,
seem to
if
grab
ever I see a guy check her out, I fucking tell her right away. I'm like,
Gravity.
Right? It's like a pride
I honestly
thing.
hate
It's
all the
awesome.
names on
Well,
my
some-
beautiful all the
Well,
cats.
some
So
people
like,
get
oh,
like
that's
really
the white one.
like
It's the gray one. And that's the
upset
black
about
one.
You know,
it.
anyone else like,
I mean,
How dare
yeah,
you.
insecure
Well, black
dudes.
cats.
what if you, okay,
Who,
but what if you
are
picture it as
insecure.
ELSEY?
Does it?
Elsie.
She wasn't
if
Elsie.
anyone's ever
She was
like
a gray one.
Jordan, yeah, like Roy Smith said something last time I saw him at board game weekend at Joe's last year. He's like, well, we can't all have fine-looking wives like Jordan's. I was like, why you gotta insult your wife like
Barb
that?
is like sitting on the couch over there.
Are you serious?
No, she wasn't there.
Oh
Roy-
God, I was gonna.
It was board game weekend at Joe's. We do it a couple times a year,
Nice.
and and Roy always comes for like an hour and a half. Fucking just shows up, and we catch up, and you're like, he's like, Roy, you don't really know my wife. He's like, yeah, but I
Wait,
see
can you
your
get up
pictures
for
on
1
Facebook.
second
I
so
was
I
like,
can grab
that's
that?
great. Checking out my wife's photos on Facebook.
Yes, thank you. You fart on too much. That's what Facebook is for.
It's too early in the day for that. I do my part at night.
You know it's called Facebook?
Check out my faces. And to catalog them in a book. Binders full of women.
Yes.
So what's that?
You like upvote them or hot or not them or just
Swipe on them.
left? I don't know.
Wow.
Joel, can you slide down a little bit?
No, Joel, don't listen. Don't listen to him, Joel. Play your game. Ignore him. You stop that.
Block in
You
front
stop
of the
that.
TV.
My man's trying to make a huge comeback. You ignore him.
Don't call it a comeback.
He's blocking until you get to him.
Hebert.
Yeah, you're like 6'8".
Hebert.
Oh no.
Quack, quackity quack. That's just a normal throw. Robbie Moore. All right, next play is the touchdown play.
Joel just said, suck my dick with his eyes.
It works.
That's why I got 2 of them.
Your breath smells like smooth. It smells like awesome. You already smell like a booze hound, and it's fucking 12:40 on the Friday.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's 12:40 afternoon.
I'm on vacation.
We
Fuck
just
off.
no. I love
This
it.
is every Friday.
It is always 5 o'clock somewhere.
Oh! What I say? What I say? Next play is the touchdown
We
play.
got ourselves a game.
I know what I do.
Alright, so get rid of Kevin Smith and then everything just opens up.
Really, that's interesting.
Strategy.
The highest interceptions in Steve's backfield at the moment is like 31,
If that.
Oh, sorry.
and that's his D line.
Tell that to Patrick Bates.
When we played the playoff game last season, and he didn't get Kevin Smith back, and I saw him setting his lineup, and I'm like, that guy's got
Joel, can you
5.
start
He's
blitzing
up
Troy
there
Aikman,
against Alvin
please?
Harper. Okay, I'm noting that. Filing that one away.
Maybe.
Slipping the gas set joiner.
He's using guys named Tremble.
Just because you're not
And
going to win
Ray,
this game doesn't mean you can't win it for the rest of us.
I don't know these guys, so that means they're really bad.
Oh, I
You don't
see.
know Greg Tremble or
I wanna
or,
hurt Tim
Terry
Brown
Ray?
I just know they're the worst, like the worst
Huh?
positions.
Yeah.
Like they're absolutely
Terry
garbage.
Ray is gold, man.
Fuck you.
He's a good player from the Jets. He is the worst secondary player on the
He
Jets.
has the worst last name.
I disagree. I think it's a tremendous last
No,
name.
it would be the best first name.
It's a good first name.
It's the worst.
It's the
last
best last name.
What's the last name?
Ray.
It's fucking absurd. That's hysterical. Starting a new game in Nashville, and we've got
Another D&D game?
Fairy, Paragon, which is basically a 3 for 12 money person,
Ooh.
Goblin,
Yeah.
a gnome, and a Goliath. So it's like one big dude and 4 people who are 3 feet or
Please
under.
tell me he's throwing other little monsters like they're all animation.
Well, he's a monk.
In Detroit.
It's a Goliath monk, so
Point. They
I don't
throw
know.
rocks.
See, you've been quiet over there. I haven't heard you a lot.
Yeah.
That
Where's
sounds
that
like
leg
a fun,
slapping?
fun party.
They're the
sounds like it. Yeah, it's gonna be
they're
great.
the old school hill giant
It's
from
gonna be very, very basic.
Honestly,
like
I think you
Pharaoh
play
type
clock.
stuff.
I can't get
So
to
like there's
24.
like a 3-foot fairy, there's a fairy
Yeah, right.
sorcerer,
Yo,
warlock.
that gnome
They're
needs
the
you
old-
wearing.
I'll
never
never
be
be
able to
able
rent a
to
car.
Magic the Gathering.
The gnome
you gotta
better
have
wear a
25
red
to
pointed
do that.
hat and a fucking
Well, it's a
green
gnomish
shirt.
artifact.
And his name has to be
So,
David.
It's gonna have like fancy like steampunk goggles and like.
These are the stereotypical adventure gnomes.
Yeah.
So he's a quad.
David the gnome.
The greatest of gnomes.
Yeah, whoever's made that dive tackle, give him a raise, otherwise he was gone.
It's
He's already
true.
got one right. He only
And
needs one more.
the Haragon is a assassin rogue or thief.
Assassin Rogue Bunny person.
Yeah,
Murder is funny.
Tommy's wife Andrew. And her name's Thumper.
Sabertooth.
So it's gonna be like the actual Thumper from fucking Bambi. Because it's the Pharaoh. So why not?
Oh my god.
Come on, Aeneas, get that jumping pick.
First punt of the game.
Did you know that Troy
Yeah.
Aikman cannot throw jumping interceptions? It is not possible for Troy Aikman to throw jumping interceptions in this game.
Why
I did
there's
not
a
know
certain
that.
combination of numbers.
That is not true, actually. It's not true. The greats are unlocked.
Who has the highest ints on the grades?
Night Train with
Night
an E.
Train.
Go Train Lane. He died recently, didn't he? I feel like he died
Consequently, he was on a train at night.
He's a very old man.
And He had Dick in him.
What?
Dick in a night train.
I mean, if you're gonna go out.
I know. Go out on top.
Well, if he had a
Hey,
dick in him-
I'd rather go out
if
under.
he had a dick in him, wouldn't he be in
You grinning like that,
Not
thrusting,
necessarily.
is
It's so
horrifying.
scary.
It's really horrifying.
Yeah, like,
It's
like
the only reason to be here.
You want slow mo?
No. It's even scarier.
He wants to open his eyes
point
at
that
night
thing
at
at me.
home in bed, look up at the ceiling, and see that gift flashing on his
Like,
ceiling.
you have this smile that's like so comical because you got these thin bird lips that go really far out,
Big ass teeth.
and then like you have this dead space in between
It
the
looks-
teeth.
you know,
He's
it looks-
really sensitive.
you know,
This
it's
is
actually-
not good.
No, I love it.
It's
Amazing.
actually, you know, it's
I didn't think
really
you could do that. That's pretty good.
Wait, yeah.
You're a grown-up Beavis.
Wow, that's the best thing I've ever.
He's like Bill if Bill were childish and funny.
Where is Bill?
He's
Smoking a cigar.
Again? He was doing that all night last night. That's not a huge fucking band going
He
on.
literally just got his first man win
Good
with Washington
Ball.
But like, he hasn't. Like last night, we were up when you guys went to bed. A bunch of us were hanging out down here.
Jared
He was
still
outside the
defeated
whole
his
time,
last 3
like
years.
not smoking one cigar. He was out there for like an hour.
He's
And
playing
now
poker.
today he's not hanging out with us. He's just out there smoking. Bill, if you can hear me, you're a piece of shit. Why aren't you hanging out with us?
It's probably better for peace.
Yeah, and if
Yeah.
he's smoking, he can just.
I'd like to point out that shit birds go set him on fire.
Set Bill on
I
fire.
left my clicker by the stove.
Fuck Bill, fuck Bill, fuck Bill, fuck Bill, fuck Bill, fuck Bill. Oh,
Give me that!
No!
Come on!
That's just demoralizing.
Oh,
It
come
is.
on. That's the first time he ran Bam in like an hour. And he fumbles.
Hey, look at that average. I don't want to fuck it up.
Yeah.
It's just backwards.
Was that like 308 yards?
I think it was 5 carries for 2 yards.
Yeah, but the average was like 308.
Yeah, average was something
3
ridiculous.
o'clock.
This is like the times on it.
No, that's just the scores. Track.
54.
Thanks for the help, y'all. Oh, because it was behind the line.
So up next is
I thought your
Jared
blowjob
versus
machine was doing that
Junior.
one.
Junior Sal.
Come on, go.
Whoa.
Average 106.8.
Oh!
Going into the fourth quarter.
William!
Down 11.
He's
Doable.
got him right where he wants it.
Doable. Some
In
people.
the colon.
Some people prefer to be in this situation. Steve might not get the ball
So,
back.
remind
He would
me.
like that.
Nobody prefers to be in this situation.
Oh, for onside kicks.
Yeah.
It's really
All right,
scary
so-
when you're on the other end of it.
Your teams are only permitted one successful onside kick in a game. It can only occur in the fourth quarter, and you have to be trailing when you kick it.
And you can't kick it after trying to tie.
Well, you,
No, that's
if
not accurate.
if you kick a field goal when you're down by a touchdown or more, you are not allowed to onside kick afterwards.
That's also
You-
not. It's what you're
Uh-oh.
saying is correct.
I'm glad you guys are
But it's not. It's not the full.
What's that?
If you are within one score, essentially 8 points or less, and the method of scoring that you use is not one that is capable of tying the game or taking the lead, you're not allowed to onside kick.
Because it would be advantageous. It's the Bill rule. You purposefully kick a
How
field
many
goal
rules aren't to the
just
Bill
to
rule?
shrink it to
Yeah,
like
no.
a 5 or 4 point lead, then onside kick it, and now you have a chance to go for
So
the
you
win.
can't do that?
No.
So
You also
That's what some in our culture
Or
call
purposefully
addicting.
going for 2 and not getting it just so you can kick an outside kick because they'll still be
I
trapped.
mean, technically you can do that.
We wouldn't know that you purposefully didn't.
If you're
Isn't
smart
that,
about it.
isn't that what Bill did one time where he was going for 2 like several times throughout the
Yeah,
game?
he
on
wasn't
purpose?
going for 2. He because Bill feels that it is more mathematically likely to go for 2 twice and get one of them than it is to kick extra points twice. And if he succeeds on the first one, then the second touchdown.
So
will
if
give
I
him
try to
the
kick
lead.
a field goal and fail, I can't onside kick or I can't onside kick.
If you kick a field goal and fail, you lose possession of the ball. You don't get to kick it off.
Okay.
because it's just turnover on downs.
All right,
It's a
Bobby.
field.
All right, Bobby.
If you kick a field goal and succeed, and you are now losing by 5 points or less, you cannot legally onside kick.
Yeah, because you should have gone for a touchdown because you tied the game. Because in reality, it makes no sense to kick a field goal.
So if
when
you
you're down
kick a
7.
field goal and you're 6 points down, you could still.
Yeah, because you were down nine.
No. If you are down by 8 points
Or less.
or
And you make the field goal.
you
When
cannot.
you, if
To then be down 4 or 5.
So if you're
cannot do
down
this.
9
Then you
points.
can't
Okay,
You're
if
down
you're down
9
9
points.
you kick a field goal.
9 points is
You're fine.
if you're down by 9 or more and you score,
Because you could kick a
onside
field
kick.
goal
Anyway,
outside
then-
it and then.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Then
then-
you could.
Yes.
So
Technically,
then technically you're
Because
actually
you
going
needed to
lose.
score.
Basically,
points anyway.
if you are down by a maximum of 1 potential score, which is 8 points, then you have to attempt to tie it. If you're down by 7 and they block your extra point, or you just outright miss it, you can onside kick.
Onside kick.
Okay.
Now, if
You have to try.
if you call an extra point and then just never hit the button and they tackle you, you can't onside kick. Now it's different if they legitimately tackle you, where they bumped their dude
They're
and
like
he got
that.
in there so fast that you just couldn't hit the button or get the kick off. That's different. If they block your kick, it's
So
different.
someone has to
Yeah.
watch that.
If
to make
you-
sure
you
that
obviously
doing it.
rat it.
Someone
That's why we have
by
differences.
rules, someone has to be watching every game in the entirety. That's our league rule. There has to be a witness.
And it's there
So
for
there
all
could be a
the time.
situation when you're down by 9, kick the field goal,
Thanks,
onside
Stall
kick,
Talk.
score a touchdown, and then the extra
You're
point
the
wins.
best. We love Prime subscriptions. Anybody,
Well,
if you have
I mean-
Prime and you're not subscribed,
Yes, but you were down
To the
2
NFTGL,
scores anyway. You didn't
um,
have a choice.
toss us that subscription. It's free to you, and it might buy me a hoagie at some point.
What?
If Amazon Prime, if you have Amazon Prime, and you get a free
Well, I know.
if you link it up to your Twitch subscription.
Yeah.
So
I use it for Critical Role.
okay, so you're giving them money instead of
Sure.
Us.
And you're draining Jeff Bezos of $2.50.
yes.
Where does it come out
Draining.
though?
Stick it to him.
In the time it took to actually explain that, he already made more than that.
Oh yeah.
No,
You mean way more than
Training.
no. That 250 is gonna hurt him.
To be
And those
fair,
add up.
he's lost. Oh no, we're Jeff Bezos. I was thinking of the other dude, Elon Musk.
I thought you said Eric Johnson. He lost.
You aren't on my Forbes 250.
It's horrible.
Oh yes.
Hebert strikes again.
What is happening?
When you throw.
Hebert, I'm telling you guys, the worst quarterback in the entire game. Bob Hebert.
That's just
No.
because I'm using them.
No,
He's not.
he is. I swear.
I don't know. I think Brennan
that the
Kosar.
numbers matter in this case. Eric, I'll tell you when you're grown.
The numbers
Come
on
on.
the screen are not his real numbers.
Oh, well, I think that's the difference there.
Not that there would be anything sketchy about this game.
There's
It
a
is
lot
perfect.
sketchy about this game.
This game is perfect.
Uh-huh.
Do not decry the game of love.
We play it massively.
I thought I called this play.
Yeah!
Did you like that? That was for you.
The moose was loose.
I swear I called the run up the
I don't know,
middle.
Eric. Do you think that Bobby Hebert is worse than Kosar?
You know, fat fingers
That's a
happen.
good comparison person.
Does
Maybe
happens a
not.
lot.
Bobby Ager is a lot more mobile. And he has 44 passes.
Yeah,
Bernie,
there's
Bernie,
30
B button
passes.
glitch Kosar, who his either his avoid rusher. His
I mean, his
is
avoid rush
so
is
low,
6.
Yeah, that you literally have to just like hit the B button like 5 times. To throw
Bernie
the fucking
Kosar has
ball.
6 max speed, 6 agility, 6 body balance, and 6 quickness. And 6. He's an offensive player.
Come on!
Alright, so then I have to check what I said. Abear is the worst in terms of expectation.
I expect nothing about
My
it.
expectations have been pretty on target.
I-
Just like his passes.
Is that true?
Stay on target.
Is that true?
Is what true?
Stay on
Is A-Bear the worst?
Billiam.
Yeah, explain that Amazon thing to me again, because I only call part of it.
If you have Amazon Prime and you link it to your Twitch account, you get a free subscription to any channel.
Does it make us money if I do that and then subscribe?
Not really.
I mean, if we get enough subscriptions, eventually, you know, we'll get.
You have to make over $100.
Eventually, we'll get 2 cookies.
Yes, you have to make over $100 in a specific
How many of
time
you guys
period.
have? You know,
What?
smash that
Payments?
subscribe button.
Sure, to click that, smash
What do
this.
you mean?
YouTube.
I've never
subscriber.
streamed.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to do it then.
What is going on here?
Even I've got.
I actually got. I got paid once. On Twitch. There was a point where I started doing like a lot. I was doing a lot of streaming, and Amy subscribed with her Twitch, her Prime account, and I got paid at the end of the month. I made like $10.
I mean, the league made 10 bucks.
No.
It was his own.
This was my at-home stream.
What,
Come on!
under the league account?
No, totally.
Demanding an audit.
Yeah, but I stream a lot, and I probably got paid 4 or 5 times last year.
Damn, he's saying he's a better streamer than you. That's what he just said.
He streams like every day.
He just challenged your stream.
You do?
He's got a very steady stream.
Yeah.
Constantly.
I also have a guy that
Strong
just
stream?
likes to give out money to streamers, and he's
Yo, direct him.
You got
on.
oil?
giving me direct donations.
You got oil or anything?
Sugar daddy.
That's because he tells you to take clothes off during the
Does
stream.
he like
Listen to
Tecmo Super Bowl 3? He probably just likes your music. He likes your music.
What
Good job,
the
dude.
fuck was this?
That's about right. Vigot even said 10
Look at
points.
that yardage.
Top diff. Top diff.
Yeah, that was good.
You reach, dude.
Oh! Hopefully Kevin Smith comes back.
I mean, I did what I had to do. You gotta run your
Hey,
stats.
Steve,
Winner
you want
runs
this
the
game to count.
stats.
You gotta run the stats. Damn.
I was gonna run the stats, and then I realized I don't get that privilege. See, I got positive yards with Bam Morris.
Gotta run. Gotta run.
Well, then what's like?
How many rushing yards? Oh, look at that.
Sleep, dude, bro.
What's that, 100?
Keep him honest.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you know.
You think you'll be able to